Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about when your lab test results come back normal, but we don't feel normal, and how that ties in with my dish philosophy. And so if you haven't met me or been on this channel before, I go by the pen name of Cyndi Whatif, and I share with you what I discovered on my journey of overcoming chronic fatigue. And I want to give you hope by sharing it with you. This is not meant for medical advice. It is just my journey. So let's get started. Something that I'm noticing that is kind of difficult for me when I'm doing these videos is I understand that everyone is different. And I understand that sometimes hoping is actually painful because it's so frustrating. And one of those things that is so frustrating is when you get a lab result back that says everything is fine. And so then the tilt tends to be, well, then she's either imagining it, or it's in her head, or some other gaslighting going on that just skirts the problem. That I don't care what this piece of paper is saying. I don't feel well, and I'm not imagining this. And it's heartbreaking and discouraging when that's the case. And then when you go in to the doctor's office and that is what you're told over and over, why go back, was my thoughts. And so I'm not saying that was the right thing to do, but I think that was the path that was meant for me. With that in mind, I did go continually, periodically went back. Come on, please find something, please find something. Not because I wanted something wrong, it's because I wanted something fixed. And I think that's where they don't realize that's why we keep coming back. It's not because we want to find something wrong with us. I mean, we do, but not in the way that they think. And something that has been incredibly eye-opening to me on this journey, which I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue in 2000. I was told in 2009 that I had a faulty pituitary gland, and my life expectancy was 12 to 18 months at that time. I started looking for answers, and the answers I found is what I'm sharing. And in a nutshell, I believe we have this complementary body system that I call DISH. DISH stands for Defensive Individual Shield Hypothesis. I think a person who does not have an autoimmune disease has a working DISH. They don't even know about it because it's automatically working. And we never thought to look for it before. Those who have an autoimmune disease or have difficulties finding what's wrong, but there's chronic inflammation present, I think the problem is this DISH is malfunctioning. And by the DISH malfunctioning, I think acute becomes chronic inflammation. I think we get nutritional deficiencies. I think we get hormone imbalances. I think there's all those things going on, but I don't think it would show up other than those deficiencies being present on the labs. It's not going to tell us much else, especially if they do an antibody test. Because if you're not familiar with antibody testing, antibodies is what is created when here's this bad guy, here comes this good guy, and the attack takes place. Well, it's making antibodies. And so the only thing that an antibody test tells you is that this attack has taken place. It can't tell you it's still happening and you're still trying to fight it is what your problem is. And it also can't tell you that if something went in and like, oh no, I am not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole because I can't do that. And so it's there, but the body's not attacking it. And so that's also a possibility that could happen when you do an antibody test. And so with those two factors alone, it was very frustrating trying to find what was wrong and is it still wrong. And so, but I want to give you hope here. When I figured out DISH, it didn't really matter who the bad guy was. because the goal was to keep the good guys around so they could do the fighting, and to do it without start attacking self, chronic inflammation. And so making a manual dish, because my dish wasn't working properly, enabled me to make progress, enabled me to get over so many symptoms, enabled me to get over so many challenges that I don't think I otherwise would have been able to do. And so I want to share a dish with you, and it's simple, but it's complicated, and it's also not woo-woo because it's frequency medicine. And so what I've done is I've made a 6-day mini course that I share over a 2-week period, gives you 3 days a week to look through it and to think about it. Because I want you to I don't want you to take my word for any of this. I want you to come to your own conclusions. I want you to look at what I have to say, think about what I have to say before you watch the next video, and go from there. Each video is less than 10 minutes long. It explains this dish philosophy and how dish was made on us and what it is doing, and the benefits of knowing about it and doing something about it has changed so much for me. And so I'm trying to share this with the world in the only way I know how. And so I know the world's crazy right now with good luck ever finding anything on the internet, and if you find it, you'll never find it again. And so I want to provide this course for you, and click the link down below and I will share it with you, and hopefully it'll help you find some answers and help you to understand why sometimes the labs are missing something, and I think that is dish.